Liverpool are out of the FA Cup, and that will naturally be the headline everywhere. And of course, on this channel, we will explore the ramifications and the reasons behind Liverpool going out of the FA Cup. But on this channel, what we will do, which will not happen elsewhere, is we will focus upon Brighton. And what an incredible football club they are. They are getting so much, so right, so often. And today, they have eliminated the holders of the FA Cup with aplomb. And not only have they done that, but let's put it in context. Fairly recently, Brighton have lost Basuma, Cucurella, White, Trossard, and Mwepu, Byrne, their manager. They had no choice but to drop their star midfielder, Caicedo, and still they managed to dismantle one of the most expensively assembled teams in the world. What a club. The running of that club truly blows my mind. They are sensational. You know, with regard to most football clubs, certainly mine, probably yours, we could say this phrase and it'd be completely accurate. That club, X, has more money than sense. X can be anyone. Chelsea, more money than sense. Definitely. Manchester United, more money than sense. Almost definitely. Liverpool, you can make your case. Tottenham, who knows? West Ham, probably, right? X has more money than sense. There aren't many clubs that this is applicable. The club has more sense than money. And that is Brighton. The club have more sense than money. You know what? Under most circumstances, if a star midfielder was going to leave the club, it would be dreadful news for that club. Regardless of who the club are, by the way. It doesn't matter whether it's Real Madrid. If Real Madrid were about to lose Tchouaméni, it'd be bad news. If Manchester United were about to lose Casemiro, it'd be bad news. If Chelsea were about to lose... All right, it's different, but you know what I mean, right? You know, at Brighton, naturally, it should be bad news to lose their central midfielder. And losing Caicedo isn't something that they want to happen. But you know the way I feel about it now? It will not matter. Because the recruitment at that club is so elite, so well prepared, so well versed, and so perfectly researched that it will not have an impact. They will lose Caicedo, they will replace Caicedo, and they will bring in somebody who is perfectly equipped to play the De Zerbi system and to embrace Premier League football. They are mind-blowingly brilliant. In fact, I think they are the epitome of a well-run football club. And the strategy is simply superb with regard to recruitment. They get everything right. They really do. They get everything right. They have a constant conveyor belt of elite footballer after elite footballer. And Mitoma, what a high-quality signing that has proven to be. And do you know what? Has anyone in, say, Europe's top 5 leagues built a better left flank for such a paltry amount of money? They have one of the best left flanks in the league, and they've done it for sub 20 million quid. Estepinian and Mitoma, for a combined rate of, we'll call it 18 million quid, in today's market is flabbergastingly good. They lost Cucurella. That was meant to be a disaster for them. He was their player of the year last year. They were desperate to hold on to him. When Manchester City came sniffing around, they were heartbroken. When Chelsea eventually made an offer that could not be refused, foolishly, because we offered 63 million quid for Cucurella, it was an offer that they could not refuse. So they had to take it, but they were heartbroken. They were gutted. Their whole left side had to be redefined, reimagined. How would it be possible? Bang, it's better than it could have possibly been with Cucurella in the team. Estepinian's a better player than Cucurella. It's not particularly extreme. It's not particularly controversial. It's a factual statement. And linking him up with Mitoma is just truly sensational. And as a result, it is yet another golden day for Brighton. They continue to lose players for huge amounts of money, and they continue to rise regardless. You know, in football, some things stay the same regardless of personnel. Brighton on the rise. Regardless of the personnel, they continue to rise. Everton continue to plummet regardless of the manager. They've constantly changed the manager. Since Farhad Moshiri has been at the club, since 2016, they've had 12 managers, but the results largely stay the same. Brighton continue to evolve. They continue to change personnel, and yet the trajectory of the club continues to move in an upward motion. Mitoma cost about 3 million quid, and he scored today the most glorious injury time winner that you could dream of seeing. It was an excellent game, and the goal was fit to end it. The way that he took a touch in the box, calm, cool, improvised, thought outside the box, really was sensational. And it was a perfect demonstration of everything that makes Matoma one of the most likeable players in English football right now. The technique, mind-blowingly good. The imagination, I guess. How do you do that? How do you even think to do that, let alone execute doing it? The style, the expertise, the exquisite finish, and to do it all with a resting heart rate when everybody else around him was panic-stricken. He had 3 defenders around him, by the way. Nobody made a challenge. But he didn't let that faze him. He didn't let that panic him. He's playing against the FA Cup holders in the last minute of the game with a fairly intimidating away fixture beckoning. The occasion did not affect him one bit, and he simply knocks it in. It was just sensational. The finish was perfection. But I suppose we're going to have to do this. The defending from Liverpool. I mean, it was a set piece late in the game away from home, and they have defended it in the most appalling fashion. I mean, Estepinian is basically unmarked initially. And then they're 2v1 at the far post. Gomez, the cardinal sin. You know, certain things that I cannot tolerate. Do you agree with this? Certain things that I cannot tolerate from a footballer. I can deal with a lot. But please don't be cowardly. I'd rather a far worse player in the team that played with his heart on his sleeve than a coward. Gomez was turning his back. Like, you don't do that in the box, in a cup game. What on earth are you thinking? How on earth is that going to work for you? But so much went wrong for Liverpool. I thought Klopp's substitutions just didn't work. They felt sort of pre-planned around the hour mark, but it made them worse. It really did. You know, taking off the kid and they looked worse. The experienced players came on and they looked worse. And you've got to think that this Liverpool team were a couple of games away from an unprecedented quadruple last season. This year, they're out the FA Cup now. They're already out the League Cup. They're 9th in the league, I think. And they've got Real Madrid in the European Cup. Like, it's practically a write-off, isn't it? But look, overall, Liverpool didn't do that badly. And I thought that a lot of the positives that we've seen from Liverpool over the last couple of games carried on into this one. But I suppose that tells you everything about who Liverpool are at the moment. I'm saying that they're playing well. I'm saying that it's going to plan and they look better than they have done for ages. And the most that they would have deserved with that vast improvement was a draw away from home at Brighton. You know, it's just not good enough. But there were some positives. Gakpo, Elliott. But overall, today is about Brighton. I'll tell you what else we can judge now. You know, on New Year's Day, when Arsenal beat Brighton, at the time, I don't know if we realised quite what a significant, huge victory that was. Massive statement. But there we have it. Liverpool are out the cup. Brighton are fantastic. We all agree Brighton and Hove Albion are magic, at least in the way that the club is run. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Please give it a like. Please click subscribe. It would be my honour to welcome you into this community, so please consider joining it. See you in a bit.